I decided to make a recording for section 14.1, which is love signs, because I thought that could be helpful to some students. So this is 14.1, law of signs. The textbook does a very nice job teaching this topic, but I just figured that maybe I should highlight a few things. So after you review the interactive lesson and you complete the online assignment, you go to complete the online assignment. There are a couple pieces of information you're going to need. One of them is how to find the area of a triangle. And I selected one of the problems that popped up on my screen. And this is what it looks like. And the thing here is that you don't have the height. I am going to go ahead and sketch the height here. Oops. So if I sketch the height to this triangle, that's one way to do it. Then you all know that essentially area of a triangle is 1/2 times base times height. The problem here is I have the base, if I turn the triangle around. So I can say that the base is 5, but I do not have the height. So I have to write the height, determine what it is, in terms of sine and cosine or tangent of right triangles, which is something I already know. So I can write this. I don't know what it is right now, but I can say that if I work from this angle's perspective, that side would be opposite, and 3 would be the hypotenuse. So I could say that sine 40 is equal to the opposite side, which would be the height, over the hypotenuse, which in this case is 3. So I can say that the height is going to be equal to 3 times sine 40. So that's where this formula comes from, okay? So this is the same as 1/2 times the base of the triangle. C in this case would be my 3, which is the hypotenuse, sine of angle A, which is exactly what I have here, okay? So to find the area of this triangle, you just have to do 1/2 times 5 times 3 times sine 40. And that's going to give you the answer. Okay, as far as entering on the calculator, you can just multiply all the tops together and then divide by 2. So 1 times 5 times 3, you get 15 sine 40, and then just take that answer and divide by 2. Okay? Now, for the second problem, in the textbook, after you're done with the interactive lesson, you see how you can derive the formula for love signs. So after you derive, really what you need to know is the actual love signs, which says this: sine of angle A over the side opposite to angle A is equal to sine of angle B over the side opposite to angle B, which is equal to sine angle C over the side opposite to angle C, which is C. Okay? So in this case, I have this angle. That side is a cross, so that's the small a. So this would be angle A. And I have this angle here, which is a cross from side B. So that would be angle B. Okay, so now I can set up a proportion. I only need 2 parts. I can do sine A over A equals sine B over B, or I can pick the last 2 or first and third. So now I can say sine 41 over small a is equal to sine Oh, I have a problem here because I have two variables, so I'm gonna have to use this side. I gotta use this one first, okay? So I am going to call that side small c. I have to figure out how much angle C is. So what I'm gonna do is I have to add 82 plus 41, which is gonna be 123. And I know that the sum is 180. So 180 minus 123 should give me 57. So the measure of this angle here is 57. So now that I have that, I can use sine 57 over small c, which is 4. And now I just cross multiply. So now A would be equal to 4 times sine 41 divided by sine 57. And when I enter that on the calculator, 4 times sine 41 and I divide that by sine 57, I get 3.129. They want me to round to the nearest tenth, so it would be 3.1. So that means that small a should be 3.1. Okay? For small b now, I can actually do the same thing, except this now is going to be from angle B's perspective. So I can say that sine 82 over small b is equal to sine 57 over 4. Cross multiply. B is going to be 4 sine 82 over sine 57. Enter that on the calculator. So 4 times sine 82 divided by sine 57 gives me 4.7. Okay? And then the last question they ask me is what the measure of angle C is. Well, that one I already know because I did 180 minus the sum of 82 plus 41. So that is 57. Okay, so that's pretty much all you need. One last thing I wanted to mention to you is that you will use the law of sines. Let's separate this. You use, if you have two angles and a side, or if you have two sides and a non-included angle. Okay, those are the cases where you're going to use law of sines. If you have three sides or two sides and the included angle, you're going to use law of cosines, which you're going to learn next. That's going to be 14.2. If you have a special case, this one, SSA, there may be one, two, or no solutions. Okay, and the explanation for that is in the textbook, so I'm not going to go over that. But just to get you in the right direction, if you have two angles and a side, you should use law of sines. Or if you have SSA, and if you have SSA, there may be one, two, or no solutions. And then we're going to learn about law of cosines next. Okay, so just remember to find the area. You can use that formula. Law of sines is over here, and I believe you should be able to do the assignment with this information. Okay, see you next time.